Okay, game on, round number 2, the second qualifier for the Masters Clash, everybody. It's a little bit of a funny one, so for everybody that currently watches this on YouTube, I mean, first of all, if you're enjoying the Heroes of the Storm coverage, make sure that you hit that like button. It helps and spreads the love a little bit for the video as well, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do that too. But it was a bit of a funny story, because as we were waiting for this game to start, one of the players got invited on the side of the Donuts, who came in second at the first qualifier, and apparently he fell asleep. Monka S fell asleep, and then for roughly 15 minutes the team was desperately trying to find a sub player that they could use to fill the offlane role, and just as they finally found someone, he apparently woke up and was like, guys, I'm ready to go. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what exactly happened there, but interesting story. Now, Inting for Ruby, they won the first round, they made it against the Khaldorians. Now they go up against a very different beast, and interestingly enough, this is a match they had to play in the first round of the first qualifier, where they couldn't take the Donuts down, so now they are, of course, itching for revenge. We got Medivh banned out immediately, Sonya has been taken away, our first map is Dragonshire as we're heading into this best of 3, and, well, let's go. Now, of course, as I said before, if you win one of the 4 qualifiers, there's 4 open qualifiers, if you win one of them, you qualify directly for the main event. If you don't win a qualifier and qualify directly, you still got a chance through a last chance qualifier, a mercy tournament, so to say. And you end up in that tournament by accumulating points. So the farther you go in one of the open qualifiers, if you hit 2nd, 3rd, 4th or 5th place or whatever, you gain points. Those points are being added up, and then at the end of the 4th qualifier, the top 8 out of that ranking, they play in the last chance qualifier in a single elimination system that we're also going to show over here. So that's kind of how the entire system here works. So even if Inting for Ruby isn't able to win the entire tournament or just make it into the grand final, they will slowly accumulate points. If you participate in all 4 events, then you get, of course, also more points. Therefore, if you make it farther in those rounds, you get a couple as well, and then have an opportunity to maybe make it into the Masters Clash through the last chance qualifier. Now, Inting for Ruby already played in their series against the Khaldorians with Uther as a main tank and used that double support setup, and they're doing the same again. We have also Hogger being played once more, but this also means that Monka, as our resident sleeper over here, he picks Rexa for the top lane on Dragonshire, and our king of Dragonshire is therefore in the game. Normally Rexa gets banned out, oftentimes. If you don't ban him, then, well, do they play Zeratul again, by the way? Inting for Ruby? They did that a few times. But yeah, coming back to my point, if you don't ban Rexa out, then you kind of want to have some kind of strategy to deal with him. And usually that is done by having a hero in your lineup that either has a global or high mobility and then can jump on Rexa and really put pressure on him. That's a bit of the game plan behind all of this. But either way, now that Sukov gets banned, we got a Vala ban on top of it as well with the double support. They didn't want to have to deal with her. Skog was locking in Cassia right away, and the blue team now has a chance to also get heroes for Lauber. Ixia could play Brightwing. Great Brightwing player, of course. So to say, the OG Brightwing on the European server has been playing that hero for a long, long time. There's a couple of alternatives still up for grabs as well, but I think, yep, there comes Anna instead. Lauber with Mei going full on for the panda skin over here. And that leaves us with the final 2 picks for Inting for Ruby. And in the games so far, they really had a bit of an affinity for Zeratul. They still need a... It's a little bit of a tough pick though, because they already have Hogger. They still need a range damage dealer. So I'm not quite sure if they would really combo that one, and with the Haka now being taken by Mind Talk, the chances of that are pretty much slim to none. Hanzo makes it in. Yeah, now they got Uther as the main tank, they got the Haka on the side lane, they got Hogger on top of that too. We got the last pick coming in. Rutzo is of course always a bit of a beast. No matter what he picks, he's also someone that played Zeratul multiple times and did insane damage. Had incredible pressure with the hero. Dragonshire is our first map in the best of 3 series. And well, let's kick things off over here. Rutsu with the last pick, and it is Jimmy! Jimmy's back to business. Okay, we got the as he's getting the auto attacks in. Dragonshire, ladies and gentlemen, game number 1, best of 3 series, second round of the second qualifier for the Masters Clash. Let's jump straight in. Dragonshire map number 1 in our best of 3 series here at the Masters Clash. On the left side, Lauber, he's playing Mei in our first game. We got Rutsu on Cassia coming in with the damage, whereas Skok is now playing Jimmy. Ixia is playing Ana, and he had some absolutely insane Ana plays too. Now we talk a lot about his Brightwing performance, but Ana is also incredibly powerful in the hands of Ixia. Banana H obviously still the more famous Ana player on the European side, but Ixia definitely coming in as a close second. At the same time, we got Monka S, who apparently is Cure, which doesn't really make a lot more sense with the falling asleep here in the middle of the event. But yeah, now over on the right side, we got Inting for Ruby with Mind Talk on Hogger. We got Wayfarer on Dehaka, Nox on Lucio, Hat on Hanzo, and the Fish on Uther. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if Q is really subbing in here or not. The last time that he subbed in for... it was actually for a Division 1 team in Heroes Lounge. He used a different account. That's obviously one of the issues that you always kind of have when you have some of the NA players. Actually, it's not really some. It was only Q so far that subbed in for a European team. But depending on who they play with, they will just use one of the alternate accounts. And therefore the names therefore kind of change. But yeah, we'll have a little bit of a look there. I mean, either way, now as the party continues, we got Lauber already doing his thing here in the middle, a little bit low. If he dies again first, that would just be too perfect. The ace in the hole for Jimmy. Also the heat transfer for Mei. Stacks, of course, for Cassia. And yep, things will be interesting. Because right now, what are we gonna get here? Yeah, Lauber is already starting to move in with the team for the camp, so they're stealing the Siege Giants away. Not really a good start for Inting for Ruby, a very aggressive stance that has been taken by the Donuts. And with that Siege Giant snipe, they can now take their own too. So that will force a reaction out of Inting for Ruby, who now have to move in to defend this. Top lane has been abandoned to make this happen, so Mindtalk is now trying to push with the camp that they have. But Rexa is already underway. Lauber is sitting in the middle of the map and is currently doing his thing here. Whereas down at the bottom of the map, Urutsu is currently playing this out with the stacking process in this little setup. Now, up at the top, Cure is currently sitting on Rexa and has a hero that makes it a little bit easier for him. I mean, you'll already see that he is now going to play different heroes with the delay that he has to face than he would if he played on the North American server. In the CCL, I talked a lot about how the European players and Korean players had a ping disadvantage. That obviously is true for Cure now as well, as he plays cross-server. All of these games are played on the European Heroes of the Storm server. And therefore, different choices for him. You won't see him on a Zeratul, or very unlikely that he's going to play Zeratul here. Instead, he plays with Rexa, which makes it a bit easier for him in certain situations. Doesn't have to play that reactive. Quick kill against Uther as our Heroes of the Storm series kicks off in this tournament. Cure now holding the top lane with the King of Dragonshire here, and with the control that we have at the bottom, it allows Jimmy to move in the middle and threaten the Dragon Knight, which forces the hands of Poker, who now have to react to him. We got some stacking at least going on for Jimmy, who went into the Behemoth armor on level 4. In addition to that, we have also for Uther now the Holy Fire. But Ana? Ana and Lucio in a bit of a support battle over here. We also call it Not gegen Elend. So it's only going to take a couple of hours, but then one of them might die. Not guaranteed though. But now that a few more heroes are chipping in, the entire scene is getting a bit more dangerous, and that allows Lauber to make the engage here as he's trying to isolate Uther from the rest of the pack. The fish gets attacked, and the fish goes down. Uther dying for the second time, 2 kills to 0, an early level 7 for them too. Nicely done. All the way up to the top, we got Wayfarer pushing this out, doing his best against Rexa. At the bottom of the map, control is soon going to be taken again. Yeah, easy peasy getting away here. Playing more so the macro game than anything else. We got on level 4 the Cold Front plus the skating away. With level 7, the Unstable Compound, that one hasn't changed. And Uther actually heading now into the Guardian of Ancient Kings over here. But since they can't take a Dragon Knight at this point, they're instead going for the Bruiser camp at the bottom of the map. So far, totally uncontested. Nice! There's Sleep Dart, and Nox finds himself in some trouble, but only for a moment. The camp hasn't been taken yet, and now the red team is making a play for it, and the Donuts might lose it. They're losing Jimmy first. Rexa is coming in. The fight isn't over. Misha makes the engage, and Cure is still chipping away with Rexa from the back. Oh, they get the fish again. No, Anna goes down. The fish falls too. The fight continues. Cassia and Rexa are both dead, and the camp has been taken. Nicely done. That backfired hard. That backfired really hard. Huge battle coming through at the bottom of the map. And honestly, it really looked for a long time like they could take the camp, but the last minion just wouldn't die. And now the Dragonite has been claimed by Inting for Ruby on the back of that fight, and the thing is snowballing. Inting for Ruby. They got momentum now. Didn't look too great up to that point. They lost 2 heroes, they lost position on the lanes a little bit, and now they were able to kill 4 heroes. They took the Dragonite, they pushed through the bottom of the map. Absolute insane setup over here. That worked beautifully well. And honestly, why did that happen? One of the reasons is that we had Dehaka on the side of Inting for Ruby. He could use the global, he did that immediately to help out with the fight, turned it into a temporary 4 versus 5, and that allowed them to take the kills and do the damage. Now we got the level 10 abilities, again the high 5, a little bit of a zone also with the meme strike over here, as Hanzo is hoping for level 20 so that he can get the cooldown reduction on that talent. Uther sitting in the wings. They're trying to go for another kill. Body blocking is there. Skog in trouble. And goodbye, Jimmy. Gets absolutely murdered, and the momentum just continues for Inting for Ruby. They're starting to take the camp. Level 10, of course, helped a lot with that last fight. And finally, the blue team also with their level 10 abilities, which gives us the Ice Wall back again. We got, in addition to that, the Eye of Horus, which we've now seen multiple times played by Ana in the middle of the map. Fight continues. The fish with the Divine Shield this time is saying, like, I'm not gonna die a 3rd time. Ana with a well-placed sleep dart, but there's no follow-up here. Interesting start into this game. This is definitely not what I expected as we headed into this. Now the damage output on Hogga and Cassia are exactly the same. As the top side gets pushed again. They're zoning out. Lauber, he uses the trade, is alive for a little bit longer. The isolation hits him too. They're trying to get the kill. The Haka already in the burrow mode. The Ice Wall is there, isolating the back. The drag connects, and May in trouble, but Hanzo dies too. It's a trade in kills as both of them die. Alright, we got a game on our hands. Yeah, we got quite a bit of fun here. 6 kills to 4 now. Top side, that's where we have the camps colliding. 41 stacks already for Cassia, as she's able to stack it up nicely. Misha gets dragged around a little bit. We got 13 stacks for the Behemoth armor on Jimmy's side, as he's increasing his hit point pool. In addition to that, you can of course see that also on level 4, Rexa is currently working on the additional armor for himself and Misha. It's all about survivability right now. But there's still a big lead in experience for Inting for Ruby, so they're doing a great job with all of this. A bit of a chase for Dehaka up at the top, but Wayfarer seems to be able to make it out without any big problems. But that also allows for a big push at the bottom of the map. Theoretically, at least again. That's 4 heroes that are currently trying to make the play here. And with the fountain already gone, there's very little that the blue team can now do. Especially since Stock is all alone, gets blocked again, tries to make it out. Nice Ice Wall by Lauber, alive for the time being, but they're still fighting with the fort being here. They gotta be really careful. The sleep dart is connecting. They're trying to stop them. Uther is already down, and down here they get the kill against Lucio. Still a double connect on the shrines, but in the middle we have Rexa ensuring that there's nobody to take the Dragonite again. All of a sudden the Donuts are back to business, tying the kill score 13 to 13, and it is party time, baby. Bot lane gets pushed even further as the blue team is smelling blood in the water and tries to at least open the fort up, take the wall down, maybe even drop the fountain here. Yeah, Dehaka coming in. Meme strike, trying to get the drag into the meme strike. Beautiful kill setup. Beautiful kill setup here by Inting for Ruby. The drag into the meme strike, you can't time it any better than that. Lauber nearly gets dropped, but they keep him alive. Here comes Hogga though. Tries to make it out, and another drag as Jimmy is down. What a game! Dragonite taken by Q in the middle of the map in the meantime. And this is really an awesome game. I mean, check this one out. Look at this setup. The drag into the meme strike as they get the easy kill against Ana. Incredibly well played here by Inting for Ruby. Now we got the Dragonite at least. The donuts, they won't be able to get too much out of that beast. But of course, they prevent the worst. And the worst would have been Inting for Ruby getting the kills and getting the Dragonite. Pure still can destroy the wall at the top. At the bottom of the map, the desperate attempt by the remaining heroes on the blue team side to take the defense on this particular fort. Yeah, level 13 talents up ready on both now. The stacks are continuing for Jimmy, Cassia, and for Rexa. Ice wall attempt. They're trying to go for Hogger. Not sure if they can make the play. They're slowing him down, pushing him back. Meme strike used again. Nice coordination here from Hat. Zoning his Skog out a little bit, who's definitely having a much tougher game than he probably expected. 23,000 damage only for Jimmy, 40,000 for Cassia now, 37k for Hogger as he's pogging around. 8 kills to 6, and the party continues over here. A blow-for-blow match between the two teams. Not what I expected, but I take it. Yeah, great setup right now, I'm liking it. This is now a potential level 16 that we could get. Maybe even with a bit of an advantage here for Inting for Ruby if they're able to hold on to that small experience lead. Hogger pogging it out at the bottom, and the camp gets currently... actually gets leeched and leeched again, so my dog's not going to be happy about that. Camp gets leeched in the middle of him dishing out some damage, so no chance to take it as easily as he thought here. I'm not going to be too happy about that. Benediction is now in, that the level 16 talent has hit for Inting for Ruby. But of course, the Donuts aren't far behind. And again, keep in mind, the Donuts made it into second place. They made it into the grand final the last time that they played in qualifier number 1. So they already have a lot of points. They're holding the number 1 spot in the qualifier ranking right now for the last chance qualifier. But of course, their hopes are to qualify directly, either in this tournament, in tournament number 2, or in the 3rd or 4th qualifier. They don't want to go through the last chance qualifier. But can they make it happen? That's the question. Right now they're struggling against Inting for Ruby. It's a nice game that we have. Good match to open it up between the two teams here in the second round. Divine Shield on Lucio as he makes it out. Another drag as Wayfarer rushes out, went into the tunneling claws on level 16. And the fight still continues. With the fountain taken down at the bottom left of the map. The Donuts, they're lacking the sustain on the bot lane. But I gotta give it to Rutsu. He is stacking nicely. Then again, Rexa might fall. Pure is in a bit of trouble over here. But the rest of the team comes in to help him out. Rexa a little bit low, but it's Rutsu that falls. 68 stacks for him. Ixia is trying to get away here by Granny. She's not the fittest anymore. Her best days are way past her. So that's 10 kills to 6. And I gotta say, Inting for Ruby, baby, they are doing incredibly well. I like it. I did not expect them to do this well against the Donuts here, but they are absolutely crushing it. A camp taken by Mindtalk. The fish goes for another Dragonite. Yeah, this is looking really, really good right now. So it is party time. We got already our setup on the left side. Let's see what we're going to have from the DK. There's a quick punt happening against Misha. They're trying to move through the middle of the map. And there we go. 10 kills to 6 overall. Bottom fort should now finally fall. Dragonite is, of course, trying to just delay it as much as he can. Use the Dragon's Breath in the middle against one minion wave after another. Over here, there's the jump, okay. Nox dodges out on the ice wall. Hogger rushes away. Lauber is blocking him. Has the trade still up, but Hogger still gets out. And a great meme strike again. No kill against Lauber just yet, but they're trying. The isolation has hit him too, and the Dragonite is also joining into the fight with a bit more Dragon's Breath action and one hit after another with that big boy battle axe that he's wielding. A bit of an ass kicking now on Misha once again. The damage output 52,000 for Cassia. She's still trying to stack 59,000 for Hanzo. Topside camps are still pushing it through. The choo-choo is coming out. Bottom fort has fallen, and the one in the middle is now getting attacked too. And Inting for Ruby is making things very interesting in the second round of the tournament. Coming up against the runner-up here. I gotta say that Fish is dropping the Divine Shield on himself a lot. I mean, he is under pressure, don't get me wrong. But Uther, I'm not really sure if he's fulfilling that purpose that they were hoping for here. But look at the lead in experience that they have. 19 to 17. They're more than a level ahead now, and they will get the early Storm talent. So that's actually a huge lead. And if you look at the experience gain that they have, it's not only the hero experience where they excel. They go for Ana again, and Ixia is down once more. Ixia is down, they're just farming him at this point. And they're doing exceptionally well. A 5,000 point lead in the hero experience. Minion experience, they're looking quite strong too. And the same is also true when we're looking over to the mercenary experience. Especially the Hakas, of course, soaking that side lane. And trying to take a few more of these structures down. Lauber has only died once, the second fort is eliminated, and now they're closing in on level 20. What a setup here for Inting for Ruby. At this point, we got 11-6 on the kill count. We got the anger management for Pogger. Alright, going into the anger management here. The upgraded high five is coming in for Lulcio, as you can see, with the mix and fire. And more importantly, now that we have also redemption, we got the Dragon Awakens, which means that finally we get the cooldown reduction. Now, Hanzo has been quite impactful already before, but this is going to make him an absolute monster, because if played well, he can use his ult now 2, 3, 4 times easily in an extended team fight. Shouldn't be a problem for him at all. And the team is, of course, trying to exploit that Storm talent advantage that they have by pushing through the bot lane. If you're playing that Heroes of the Storm style here, it's all about exploiting the advantages that you have, and they're trying to do that as they're going for Lauber. And with a stun, can they get the kill? No, yes, maybe. Lauber gets out. Ixia with the big heals, keeping his teammate alive, but everybody is low on their end. And Rexa is in the middle of the map as he's trying to get the experience so they can finally lock in a level 20 as well. Yeah, absolutely crazy right now. Okay, so what do we have in the middle? Wayfarer gets another drag against Misha. They're trying to get some damage done here. 96 stacks for Cassia, by the way. So that's going to make Rutsu more and more dangerous as the game continues. Of course, Skog also with the 36 stacks that he has on the Behemoth armor is adding even more HP to his pool. Cassia gets collapsed upon at the bottom of the map on the other hand, and that's a problem. Rutsu gets a few more stacks, but that is just not going to be enough. Nice collapse. Inting for Ruby, looking for these kills, and Rutsu was a bit too far out. With the help of Lucio, they could easily catch her too. And now another Dragonite gets taken as both of the shrines were under control of Inting for Ruby. The Donuts, they still don't have the level 20, and now they don't have Cassia either. The DK on the way down to the bottom of the map. They want the first keep of the game. And who's going to stop them? They double the kill count of Inting for Ruby, the Donuts at this point. Inting for Ruby just looking super powerful here. We now have, first of all, a Shatter taken, Infinite Lightning, Cassia back another 20 seconds. Nice setup with the Shatter, but they don't have a damage follow-up, so that's a problem. Yeah, Divine Shield already got used. They're trying to go for Lauber, who barely skates out. Obviously, the keep is already gone, but they're going to try and get more. They're going to try and go for a game here. Cassia is going to be back in another 8. I don't think they can end here, unless of course they get a kill. That's a different story then. But they're trying to at least damage that core as much as they can. Rutsu is taking quite a bit of damage, drops the Dragonite, the shield has already gone. Lauber low, core down to 80, core down to 70. They might be able to end here after all. And yes, it's looking better and better for them as they are moving in for the kill. Inting for Ruby, ladies and gentlemen. 20% on the core, but they lose Hanzo, Uther, Lucio. No, they get wiped. 5-man team wipe with 15% on the core. Uther is back with a redemption, drops it down to 11. And now we have some of them making the way over to the right side. 10% on the core right now, but they haven't even taken a single fort yet. Huge problem. They try to move through all of this, but they won't be able to core. They won't be able to core yet. There's no way. They gotta take a fort and a keep down, which is nearly impossible for them. They're gonna try and pull it off. Can they core? I don't think so. 17 seconds? They might be. They got the damage. Now that everybody is here, they actually got the damage. They can finally make it happen. They need to take the keep down first, and they do. But yes, they have the time that they need, or at least it seems like they do. 2 seconds for Lucio. The shield is already gone. Hanzo's gonna come back as well. Got a little bit closer. Thought they might lack the damage here, but no, they have it. And wow, what a turnaround! As the Donuts win game number 1 in this best of 3 series. Absolutely insane. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. I don't know, guys. Game number 1, interesting ending. Let's be honest, the Donuts got pretty much spanked half the game, and then they were able to wipe at the last stand on the core. And even when they wiped Inting for Ruby off the map, I was skeptical if they were able to take the core down, considering that they had to go through a fort and a keep. But they did have the damage output, the death timers were high enough at that point, and Inting for Ruby lost game number 1. Like, this entire first game was definitely not what I expected here. Now we're heading into game number 2, and the map is Battlefield of Eternity, as the Donuts have a chance to move on to round 3 with a win. But of course, Inting for Ruby, probably a little bit pissed at this point, and just sitting there thinking, listen, we're gonna bring this back. Now Uther gets banned right away. This Uther main tank setup with Lucio as a second support that Inting for Ruby loves to play is something that the Donuts don't really want to deal with. So they're banning this one out right away. With Zarya also banned, you don't have the strong, that 4-man that can barrel through the bottom of the map, which we oftentimes see on Battlefield of Eternity. That play gets eliminated. And Garrosh gets banned too. Okay, so Zarya and Garrosh get both banned. Chromie gets banned. So no range damage in this case. Very different map, of course, Battlefield of Eternity. You're way more... you're forced way more to play like these team fight setups than anything else. Now, you can obviously go for different playstyles here too. You can either try to just simply win the team fights and then go for the objective, or you just draft yourself a composition that is incredibly strong against the objective and you burn the Immortal down quickly. But right now we got Cassia locked in, and Stukov plus Rexa get taken right away. So Cure is gonna play Rexa again. And, well, we got Ixia on Stukov this time. So after a stun through Misha or anybody else, the lurking arm can come out immediately and then help to set the kill up. Cassia for head to maybe get some stacks going here. But, well, let's see what we're gonna get for them. Deathwing, alright. The dragon plays in, and we get Ana. Okay. Ana plus Deathwing. Not quite what I expected in that rotation, but it's definitely making me curious. This could be a fun one. So far, nobody has actually drafted anything that is exceptionally strong against the Immortal. Obviously, Jimmy with Exterminator is really good on that end. Greymane, Li Ming come to mind immediately. Hanzo is another one that is very, very solid in that situation. There's a few more heroes that can really chunk the Immortal down. We have also not seen a ban against Sonya yet, which has been picked a lot during the first qualifier in particular, and today she's been banned out multiple times. As far as the main tanks go, Diablo has now been removed. We could still see the Dwarf, another one that is very popular here, especially with Sledgehammer as his level 4 talents, as you chip in some additional damage against structures and the Immortal, especially when you're stacking the level 1 on top of it too. Tiger's banned, and it's party time. So there's Li Ming, and we get a Nuburak. So they're already trying to really set up these kills. A Nuburak as an engage together with Stukov is super popular, was very popular back in the days of the Korean HCC players as well. Oftentimes they paired it together with the Rel, but still you could dive in deep, then follow up with the lurking arm, really set the target up, and then have a damage dealer like Li Ming come in. And of course, picking Li Ming in that situation not only is a great pick for them, but it also makes sure that Inting for Ruby can't pick Li Ming. Now, why would they pick Li Ming? First of all, because they have Ana, so that would be great for them if they can play this Ana setup. Double support though, by the way. And because Li Ming is great against the Nuburak, because you use Disintegrate exclusively against the Nuburak. Outside of that, it's always Wave of Force. But when you go for Disintegrate against the noob, you're always winning the cooldown trade. So as soon as a Nuburak comes out with a cocoon, Li Ming uses Disintegrate, burns it down, and that thing is gone. So Li Ming is a very strong counter pick against the Nuburak when it comes to these old and trying to deny some of the engage potential. So picking Li Ming together with the Nuburak in that rotation helped them a lot to set this up. Now they got Hanzo on top of it too. More stuns, more damage against the Immortal in particular. But the double support on the side of Inting for Ruby is interesting. So guys, let's head in. Game number 2, we have the Donuts going up against Inting for Ruby. Game number 2 in the best of 3 series at the second Masters Clash qualifier, Battlefield of Eternity. Game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity. Our Heroes of the Storm series continues, everybody. We got on the left side Lauber on Nuburak. Scott is playing Hanzo and Rutzo is playing Li Ming. As far as Heroes of the Storm team compositions for this map go, both of those are fantastic damage dealers for this map, especially for any kind of standoff in the middle of the map. We got Cure again on Rexa and Ixia on Stukov. Now Mindtalk on the right side of the map for Inting for Ruby is currently playing Lucio. We got Wayfarer on Deathwing, Nox on Ana, Hat on Cassia, and the Fish on May. Okay, this is gonna be a real interesting setup because the double support that we're seeing for Inting for Ruby is a little bit weird to me personally. They're also playing this Deathwing main tank and they're playing Houdini Lucio, who appears immediately. Yeah, is immediately down, so yeah, nicely done. Great opening kill for the Donuts. Obviously, but they want to end this with a 2-0. They were probably not too happy with how close the last map was and decided to go into a way more aggressive map. So far at least it's working out for them. And they have a pretty solid composition. I mean, again, you need to force the fights with this particular combo. Nuburak isn't really a tank that excels in long sustained fights, but the idea is that you jump on a target, get the stun in, and then you have others that follow up on it. Stukov with a lurking arm, Rexa with an additional stun, and of course the damage output from Li Ming and Hanzo to blow the target to pieces. And these particular combos can be incredibly powerful, and have been in the past. In addition to that, they don't have to be afraid the Li Ming on the other side is disintegrated in the cocoon, so once they have level 10, they can also use that. Another kill is coming in as May is taken down, and that is a 2-0 kill lead and a very dominant bot lane to boot. So, good start. Inting for Ruby is stacking on the level 1 with Cassia and has 10 in. Now that Deathwing is making rotation down to the bottom of the map, the Donuts are a bit more careful when it comes to the camp. They still remember what happened on the first map on Dragonshire. They make the dive for the back line. Stukov follows up, and that's a quick kill against Ana. And that's how you play in a Nuburak composition. Exactly this. They let the camp go, but they got the kill. That's 3 kills to 0 now. And despite the fact that they were able to lock the camp in, they are now ahead in experience and hold the momentum on this map. Another dive, another stun. Do they have the damage? Yes, there it is. Cassia is down. They are farming. This is exactly the way that you play this. You dive in, you get the double stuns connected, and now with mana low, they have to retreat already. Level 4 talents are in for them, but this is how you play in a Nuburak combo. There's obviously a lot of honestly, every single time that a Nuburak gets picked, there's a couple of people that in the live chat in particular are talking about how a Nuburak isn't really a good hero, how they don't understand or is part of the meta. And most of it is because a lot of people that play Heroes of the Storm on the more casual level with Storm League, they just don't understand that Nuburak is a very different kind of tank than when you compare it to, let's say, a Garrosh or Johanna or Diablo. You look for a very different playstyle and also a very different team composition. And currently what the Donuts are doing is showcasing incredibly well what you need to do in order to make this hero work properly, and they're doing it exceptionally well. You need to be on the same page with your team, and you really want to just like dive in and get these snappy kills, and that's the calls that they're making right now. For Inting for Ruby, that means that they have to be really careful, and especially the supports have to be on point to keep the targets alive, which obviously, as you can tell, isn't really easy for them. It isn't made any easier by the fact that they are only relying on May here at the front. They have Cassia for the main damage. But yep, May is sliding in again. Nicely done. Good setup. Stukov low. And there's the kill. Well played. Easy one. First kill for the team in red. Not rolling over, but instead fighting back now. But the fountain at the bottom of the map has already been eliminated, and the fort is taking a bit of damage too. And that's already bad news, because with the fountain gone, that means that the lane sustain at the bot lane is now gone. And as you take a look at experience, you can obviously tell that level 7 is going to become a problem now. The Donuts are locking in the additional talent in just a moment. And right now, the halftime show is also lost. So the damage against the Immortal, which I pointed out earlier, is very much so in favor of the blue team. And diving in again, trying to defend here as well. Level 7 talents also brings us Calamity, of course, which is another huge power tool for Li Ming. And they are starting to take it over here. Now Lauber and Cure are both low, and Rexa, he's not making it, but the objective gets locked in. Blue team is trying to retreat, and we see Inting for Ruby chasing They're trying to get some extra damage done. Oh, but instead it's Deathwing that gets chunked down pretty heavily. And of course the Death Thumbers are low. Rutsu hasn't given up on this one yet. He's saying like, you know what? I hate dragons. So he's trying to come in as a big boy Dragon Slayer, which did not quite work. But again, he applied the pressure. And at the top lane, they're also doing a bit more damage. Now we got also the off the wall plus the good vibrations. The only thing that's currently vibrating over here is the death count. But that fort is also getting attacked. 33 stacks, of course, for Cassia. Hat is trying to get a few more together. With a level 7 talent, we now also have the backup battery for Mei. Deathwing is popping in. Lucio's at the bottom of the map, soloing against Raxa. Good luck with that. But instead, they engage at the top, and thanks to the lurking arm, they get another kill against Mei. The fort is down 2. Nicely done. Skork, he might fall here. Gets healed. Can he jump out? They're trying to get the kill, but they can't. Hanzo is dead, and Li Ming likely to fall too, so at least 2 kills for Inting for Ruby. They get a third one as Stukov dies, but of course it was still worth it, because not only did the top fort fall, but thanks to Raxa at the bottom of the map, they were nearly able to take the second fort out as well. Has taken an enormous amount of damage. Lauba still fighting it out at the top, trying to buy a bit more time, I suppose, but the camp gets taken either way. Experience is similar and the kill count is now even. The problem is really the structural position for the teams on the map, because Inting for Ruby has fallen far behind. And we've only seen a single Immortal so far. Another dive, another kill right here. Bam! Taken down easily. Yeah, great plays, honestly. The coordination that we see from the blue team now is much, much better than what we experienced in game number 1. And they are capitalizing with kill after kill whenever a position is revealed, whenever they have an opportunity. Mind Talk gets away, but bad news, the fort can't run. So this one is not going to make it. Fort is down, and they cocoon Lucio immediately. They want to have the kill. They're looking for a fish. They're trying to get another one here too. There's the stun, there's the kill, another quickie. Easily played. And yeah, well, that's how you played an Uberak draft. You got the burst damage, you got the CC, they're using it as Misha is still playing against Deathwing at the top. I'm still a fan of the idea that Deathwing should just be able to eat Misha. If you're a dragon and you see like a tiny bear coming in, then honestly that's just a snack. That's breakfast right there. So that would be a cool animation and also a cool interaction between heroes. Just let Deathwing come in and say like, yummy, snack time. But either way, now that we're looking at the next objective, obviously the Donuts are highly interested in snowballing this a little bit further. They have a double camp that is now pushing the bottom of the map, so that's pretty good for them. And not a lot of wave clear on the other side. Lucia's gone into the high 5 again. We've also now in position of the ice wall. Halftime show has been won. They're trying to take the top lane camp down first. But the bottom of the map, that's a huge problem. I mean, guys, look at this one. This is a catapult and a double camp that is currently moving through this. So the red team is losing a lot of ground. Arrow connects with 2. Nice. And there's the nano boost on Cassia. Trying to burn the cocoon down as Mei gets cocoon. Deathwing is already dead. They're losing way too much ground, way too quickly. Mind Talk is the next one to fall, possibly at least. Barely gets out, healed by Ana. At the bot lane, the wall has already been opened up, and of course the halftime show is now going to be finished as well, as we have the Donuts moving in for the Immortal of Inting for Ruby. They are going to take this one down to locking in Immortal, the second Immortal for the game. 25,000 for Deathwing, 24,000 for Hanzo right now, and things are looking better and better for the blue team as they are focusing their attention to the top lane, where we're going to see the Immortal emerge again. Also, I kind of want to make the case that there's some account sharing going on. Lauba with 0 deaths, the only one that hasn't died yet. I'm a little bit suspicious. Like, I don't know, guys, but this is not the Lauba that I'm used to. Something is definitely wrong here. And obviously, I'm not serious. Anybody watching this later and saying like, oh my god, did he just accuse him of cheating? Something fishy is going on. Either way, Lauba doing way better in this. Oh, the arrow follow-up after the stun. And again, everybody on the run. But now, Lauba, there we go. That's my boy. Getting dropped down with the ragdoll as well. That's the Lauba that I know and love. Here we go. That's what I was waiting for. All right, I'll take everything back that I said. But yeah, 8 kills to 6. The level 13 talents are ready, but they won't be able to take that keep down. Now they're rotating up a little bit more. They've still done some serious damage, but of course they weren't able to take one of the major structures out yet. Either way, we got 19 stacks for Rexa, so Cure is trying to get the extra armor together, and he's 6 globes short of making it happen. But yeah. I mean, Inting for Ruby is closing the gap. The problem, really the problem is the structures. Experience gap, not that big of a deal. Kill difference, not really that huge. It's all in the structures here. Mind Talk, again, barely making it out. He's speeding it up with Lucio time and time again, and he really needs to be careful here. Can, of course, also pop the ult whenever he has to. But either way, down at the bottom of the map, that's where we now have the entire red team coming together, trying to make some plays, trying to meet this aggression with a full 5-man. 60 stacks now for Cassia, scaling into the late game. Cure himself also working on it. Yeah, this time they're stopping Lauber. The ice wall is already out. They're making a play for Cure. They're trying to go for him. Instead, they're focusing it out on Skorg, and they get the kill against Hanzo. Hanzo is dead, and the red team is fighting, ladies and gentlemen. Deathwing starting to chase them down, nibbling a little bit at Stukov, trying to get the Admiral here together with Mind Talk, and they are gonna be taking down Ixia. Whereas Rexa is on the run, tries to turn it against Lucio. I'm not quite sure if that's gonna work. Either way, maybe a stun. They don't get it. He's gonna fall. They can even delay the kill a little bit. Maybe that gives them a chance. But instead of taking him down, they're playing it out really weirdly, and they're not getting the kill against Cure. That was a bit of a lost opportunity. That could have been a kill for sure. Now, Stukov is still dead, and, well, Hanzo is just now making his way into the middle. So now we finally have an opportunity for Inting for Ruby to maybe win the halftime show over here. Deathwing is dealing with the bot lane pressure to make sure that the keep doesn't take any damage here. Yeah, but they should be able to take this one. Or should they? Because now the blue team is pushing in again. There's the kill against Cure now, a little bit delayed, but they got it. Can they get more? Halftime show is nearly won for the blue team. If they can still take it, they will buy a little bit of time for Rexa to come back. So, yeah, not sure what's happening here. Alrighty, there we go. 9 kills to 8. They are ahead in kills now. Inting for Ruby have taken a lead in experience, and they have taken a lead in kills. They are behind on the objective again. Damage output that we have from Hanzo in particular is just a little bit too much over here. Big arrow, missing everything. Ooh, the arrow camera catching all of the action, of course, as the fight centers around the blue team's Immortal right now. They are full in defense mode here, but now Cure is back. Rexa is back to business, and we got Rutsu doing some damage. Rexa already popping the ult. They're trying to make the play for Mei. Deathwing is in the thick of things, mittendrin statt nur dabei. But at the same time, the kill against Stukov. Deathwing survive. No! Deathwing might not survive. Rutsu! He gets the kill. Calamity to your face, baby. Rutsu still trying to play this one out and is teleporting away. Cassia can't close the distance. And now the opportunity for the Donuts to make it happen. But here comes Lucio again. Nano boosted Lucio. Lauber, he's low and he's dead. The level 16 for Inting for Ruby. We got a fun one on our hands here. 11 kills to 9, level 16 for the red team. The blue team still struggling to pick that up. And it's quite close on the Immortal too, of course. 79 stacks for Cassia. Here's the level 16. We get the Mirror Ball. We got the Feign Death. The Nubarak is down for another 16 seconds. It's a 5 versus 4 on the map. And Inting for Ruby is pushing for it. Nice Ice Wall. Deathwing dropping in, saying hello. And the kill on Stukov. He came, he saw, he died again. Veni, Vidi, BG. Misha also going down, and that might just be the first Immortal for Inting for Ruby. They're fighting back. I am impressed by these guys. I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you. I did not expect them to make such a showing. Game number 1, they should have won it. Hands down, they should have won it. We all know it. They overreached a little bit, and they got punished for it. Another fight, another missed arrow, way off. And nobody falling as the red team is starting to make a play for the Siege Giant, for the Shaman camp as well. But apparently the Donuts think that they can hold on to this one a bit longer. So far, that's not really the case. Hanzo pays with his life, and all of a sudden, the donuts are falling apart. They had a great early game. They're doing an insane amount of damage on structures. But now, they are losing fight after fight after fight, and they need more kills. They had these snappy kills throughout the entire early game where they focused onto a target, they got the stun lock connected, and then they dropped them. But right now, they are running in trouble. Yeah, there's a Nubarak again. Moving out. That engage was stopped cold. Ice wall is in. Down goes the fort. And Cure should be able to get away. As the damage output from Cassia. They're not able to drop him. Yeah, but they're going for Ixia again. And honestly, Ixia is currently more dead than alive. He's dead, comes back, dies again, down for another 37 seconds. Just as we have the rest of the team back to business. They're making another play. And down goes Rexa. The sleep dart of Nox connecting beautifully over here. And here comes another quick move from Skog as he's trying to slow down the momentum of Inting for Ruby. What a game. What an insane game all of a sudden. Back and forth. This series is absolutely top-notch. I wouldn't mind to see a third game here. We got 107 stacks also for Cassia, and Inting for Ruby is pushing for the first keep of the game. They go for a Nubarak. Lauba is in trouble. Gets attacked by Lucio. Gets the double stun. Mind Talk. Mind Talk. Mind Talk. And he gets out. He gets out and the keep is gone. Then again, this needs to be stopped. And Deathwing is the one to make it happen. Deathwing needs to try and save this at the top because everybody else is just being chased. And I mean, look at Fish and look at Mindtalk over here. Rutzo's trying to get the kill, couldn't, but it seems like the keep is going to go down. Keep on each side is eliminated. Guys, it is so close here. Alright. Deathwing! Deathwing! No! He's turning into Deadwing! Oh, he's down. Was trying to get the kill against Rutzo. That's how you do it. Rutzo is just a bit too powerful for this. 110 stacks now. Camp gets taken. Keep at the top is eliminated. What a series. Honestly, tons of fun. What an insane game. Ah, God, I love this. 110 stacks for Cassia. 23 for Nubarak. He needs 2 more. And he's, for Rexa. He needs 2 more globes and he's going to have his extra armor ready. But boy, is that an awesome game. Epicenter has been taken by Nubarak, so the engage is even more scary. The damage output, look what Rutsu has as damage, 65,000, nearly keeping up with Cassia over here. And the Immortal is up again, and this is of course the moment of truth right now. Now there's an extra fort that we have for the Donuts, which is good for them, but they're burning this one down to the halftime show super quickly. With the help of Hanzo, it's not a problem at all for them. So now we have 50% of the HP already eliminated here. The experience has a different story, because Inting for Ruby is only half a level away from level 20. But how do you play this now? Because right now, do you have the time to wait? You don't really. Once the level 20 is there, Inting for Ruby is going to make the play. Can you get a kill before that? That's the question. They're chipping it out slowly. Misha comes in too, tries to do some damage. Bottom of the map, by the way. Keep in mind, double catapult plus a couple of Kazuras. That will threaten the keep. Can't wait too long. Yeah, again, Fish is sliding in, but this game. What an awesome series. Look at Rutsu, though. Combo after combo. Yeah, that's how you do it. You sneak in, you get the angle. Ooh, that might be a little bit tricky. He's able to get out. They're chasing him. Rutsu gets chased, and he's completely isolated. But they can take the Immortal. And they take the Immortal, but of course, Liming is going to fall. He can delay it, but he's going to die. Yeah, they are covering all the angles. Don't you dare. There we go. For a second, I thought he might get away. For just a second, but no! There it is, the potential kill. Lucio gets out. Oh, and Hanzo is dead. Oh my god, Hanzo is dead, and so is Nubarak. The upgrade as the level 20s are ready, but boy, is that bot lane suffering right now. That bot lane is in so much trouble. That keep is gone. No way you save that. Absolutely no way. And they're pushing the top lane out. Cure needs to get away though. All that they're doing here is of course trying to buy a little bit of time. Wayfarer, he's not going to be able to deal with both of them. Yeah, the keep at the bottom of the map has been eliminated. They can hold the core, that's not going to be a problem. But the 3 heroes that went down on the donut side, they're going to come back and level 20 will be ready for them as well. Fantastic series. What a great game. What a great Heroes of the Storm match that we're seeing here. Absolutely epic. Now Tarashas is in, the kill command has been taken. Bullseye and the rewind. And of course also the bio explosion switch. Okay. We got 29 kills. Nearly 30 kills in our 20-minute game now. The core is at 98%. And yep, everybody is just half stoning, or at least like forcing, like faking it, right? They don't know where the blue team is, so they have to do that. And the blue team is starting to come in. Fish is eating some damage. Oh, Rutzo, careful. Nice arrow. And Nubarak diving in from the side. They're trying to go for the kills. It might actually be game if they get the kills here. This is the moment. Down goes Mei. Ana is dead too. Oh my god, the donuts making the plays over here. Rutsu is coming in again. The bullseye connects. Li Ming, oh my god, gets out and gets healed. But Cassia goes down. This is bad news. Bad news for Inting for Ruby. Deathwing is dead again. Lucio is lulling around a little bit and tries to get the kill. He does get the kill, but he goes down. 5-man wipe, ladies and gentlemen. And that is a 2-0 victory for the Donuts against Inting for Ruby. But what a fantastic series. Inting for Ruby, mad respect, a great showing from them. Fantastic play here. It's not enough to take the Donuts down, but they came incredibly close despite the score. A 2-0 victory allows the Donuts to move on to the third round of this second Masters Clash qualifier. Nicely done, and a victory for them on Battlefield of Eternity. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.